Zidane was born to conquer the world. Zinedine Zidane, the mention of this name will fill football fans with admiration and compliments because of his artistic style of play, his great achievements, and for the extraordinary things he did for football. On June 23, 1972, a legend was born in the northern suburbs of Marseille, France, an area filled with immigrants, which led to very high crime rates and unemployment. Zidane's father at the time was a janitor who worked hard to give his family a better life. As the youngest son, of course, Zidane was treated very well. He was free to play around and knew football when he was 5 years old. Together with his peers, Zidane played in the main square near his home. At that time, the young Zidane found his passion. The choice of being a footballer to change his life is a very difficult one, especially for a child from a family of immigrants from North Africa, but Zidane did not care. He kept running after the ball. After taking turns playing in youth teams, and thanks to some suggestions, Zidane joined Caen's youth team. At that time, he was 14 years old and accepted to leave his family to find a career. The coach of Caen's was intrigued to see Zidane playing with the ball. Wherever he went, Zidane was the subject to be disparaged, insulted by other kids because of his background. Once it was unbearable, anger made him punch the face of those who insulted him. And after that, his fine was to have to clean the toilet. After finishing the 3-year playing period for the youth team, Zidane signed a 4-year professional contract with the club. On May 14, 1989, Zidane made his first official debut for Caen's first team in League One. On February 8, 1991, he scored the first goal and helped the home team win. Then, Zidane also helped the team win the ticket to play in the UEFA Cup. However, the following year, Caen was soon eliminated from UEFA and relegated. Zidane moved to Bordeaux in the summer of 1992 when he was 20 years old. He scored 10 goals in the first season and 6 goals in the next 3 consecutive seasons and became the soul of the team. In 1995, he and Bordeaux won the Intertoto Cup and achieved second place in the 95-96 UEFA Cup season. At this tournament, in the semi-final against Slava Prague, he showed the football world a clever trick of a 180-degree rotation that many players later learned. The name of the young French player began to resound throughout Europe. His football career began to flourish when he joined Juventus in 1996. The current champion of the Champions League that year bought him for £3 million. However, public opinion in this country did not pay much attention to this deal because Euro 1996 was coming soon. And at Euro 1996, France's play was not very convincing and they were eliminated early. At that time, a lot of people thought that Zidane was a waste of money for Juventus. Before the deal was signed, Zidane had been contacted to join Newcastle, but Newcastle didn't believe he was good enough to play for them. That was probably one of the biggest mistakes of that club. Zidane didn't get off to a good start in Italy when the coach's physical training plans exhausted him. And at the same time, the position of shuttle midfielder in the 4-3-3 diagram made him not to develop his full potential. Not much later, Lippi moved to a 4-4-2 diagram, and then Zidane had the opportunity to prove even more. And that season, Zidane won the Scudetto with Juventus in the 96-97 season and the Intercontinental Cup, but lost in the Champions League final that year against Dortmund. And that year, he won the Best Foreign Player of the Year in Serie A, and he was also voted into the team of contemporary European legends to play against a team of contemporary world legends. He then scored 7 goals to help Juventus win the Scudetto the next season, but was once again eliminated in the Champions League. All of Zidane's accomplishments, therefore, were repeatedly denied by many people. In the summer of 1998, France hosted World Cup with a lot of expectations for the golden generation that year. The people of this country had waited for too long. With a solid defense and a fast and accurate attack, France advanced into the final by winning all 3 group matches, beating Paraguay in the round of 16 teams, surpassing the Italians on penalties in the quarterfinals, and then beating Croatia 2-1 in the semis. Their last opponent was Brazil, and Zidane's 2 amazing headers drove the French to the championship after more than half a century attending this tournament. This feat earned Zidane the Golden Ball that year, becoming only the second African-rooted player to win the title. 2 years later at Euro 2000, glory once again called Zidane and the French team. His two awesome goals in the quarterfinal against Spain and the semifinal against Portugal brought the French team up to the peak of Europe, marking one of the most glorious periods of France football. The 2000-2001 season was a failed season for Juventus when they lost the Scudetto to AS Roma, and they did not play successfully in the C1 Cup that year. During the summer transfer, Zidane joined Real Madrid for a record transfer fee of €77.5 million on a 4-year contract for the club. He, along with the other Real Madrid stars, got the Champions League 2002 title after defeating Leverkusen, and Zidane's volley was iconic. This goal is always considered by experts to be the best goal in the history of European finals, and many times reached the top of the list of most amazing goals in football history. In the 2002-2003 season, Zidane and Real Madrid won La Liga, and that was the last club title of his life. At World Cup 2002, Zidane suffered a thigh injury and was unable to play in the first 2 matches. France was eliminated when they won only 1 point in the group stage, and that shows just how important he was to the French team. On June 12, 2004, after France was eliminated from Euro 2004 by Greece, Zidane announced his retirement from international football. After witnessing the French team struggle to qualify for World Cup 2006, and with an invitation from the coach, Zidane returned to the team and was immediately handed the captain's armband. Shortly thereafter, France played well and reached the round of 16 against Spain and won 3-1, in which Zidane scored 1 goal and assisted 1 goal. France then met Brazil in the quarterfinals, and this guy overshadowed all of Brazil's stars with the highest level of performance. He is the one who passed the ball to Thierry Henry to score against Brazil. In the semifinals, it was Zidane who did the decisive penalty to bring France into the final against Italy. And in the final, it was Zidane again who scored from the penalty. When the match was 1-1, in a moment of losing his temper, Zidane used his head to bash hard on Materazzi's chest in second extra time and received a red card. Millions of viewers did not even understand what was happening. Zidane walked toward the tunnel, passed over the prestigious Golden Cup, and bowed. One of the best players in World Cup history ended their last match at World Cup in a way that could not be sadder. France entered the penalty shootout without their leader, and they lost to the Italians. But the fans of France do not hate Zidane. They have a special love for him. They love the beauty of the French style when he plays. He was inherently the leader and a legend of French football. Zidane has faced countless racist acts throughout his life. And then one day, he could not control anymore, and Zidane fought back. He could not bear it when his bloodline and his family were offended. The French understand Zidane. They cannot be angry with him. Leaving the pitch, Zidane continued to stick with football and became an advisor to the president of Real Madrid. And in June of 2016, Zidane became Real Madrid's coach, replacing Rafael Benitez, and 5 months later, he won the Champions League. From the position of a temporary replacement, he took over Real Madrid with countless troubles and chaos, but he controlled it all very well. He then won the 11th Champions League championship for the club. But not only that, after 3 years as a Real Madrid coach, he achieved 3 consecutive Champions Leagues, 1 La Liga, 1 Spanish Super Cup, 2 FIFA World Cups, and 2 European Super Cups. Zidane's image is always associated with an indescribable beauty in any circumstance. He has many titles in his career, both as a player and as a coach. Perhaps Zidane was born to play football, to conquer titles, and become one of the best football legends in the world. After nearly a year, Zidane returned to lead Real Madrid in 2019 and signed a contract until 2022. And now he is with Real Madrid, becoming the biggest rival of Barcelona in every championship race, from La Liga to Champions League. And with football, he never died and will always shine. Thank you, one of the biggest legends in football, Zinedine Zidane.